Hello and welcome. In a world where many borders seem to be tightening, one nation is pushing to open its doors wider. While the United Kingdom government is introducing stricter immigration rules, right here, Scotland is saying, we need more people. They are not just talking about it. They are proposing a brand new Scottish visa, fighting to bring back dependents for care workers and students, and demanding a complete rethink of how the UK handles migration. So, what does this seismic split in immigration policy mean for you? Whether you're a skilled worker, a student dreaming of studying here, or someone already in the UK, this could change everything. Today, we're diving deep into Scotland's bold proposals, backed by official government documents and data, to understand what's happening and what it could mean for the future of migration to the UK. Stick around, because the details are fascinating. And if you find this video informative, please give it a thumbs up so more people can see it. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the policies that affect you. First, let's set the stage. You've likely heard about the UK government's recent immigration white paper and the rule changes that have been rolling out. The stated goals are to bring down net migration, increase salary thresholds, and link immigration more closely to specific skill shortages. We've seen major changes, like ending the ability for most new care workers to bring their families and restricting dependents for many international students. These are UK-wide rules, applying to England, Wales, Northern Ireland, and Scotland. But the Scottish government is essentially saying, hold on, that doesn't work for us. They argue that a one-size-fits-all policy created in Westminster ignores Scotland's unique and urgent demographic crisis. What crisis? Well, Scotland has an aging population, a lower birth rate, and in some rural areas, the population is actively declining. For years, migration has been the main reason Scotland's population has grown at all. Without it, projections show the number of pensioners growing by nearly a third by the year 2045, while the number of children is expected to fall significantly. So, while the rest of the UK might be focused on reducing numbers, Scotland is focused on growth. They see these new, stricter UK rules as a direct threat to their economy, public services like the NHS, and the future of their communities. So, what is Scotland actually proposing? Their plans, laid out in papers like a migration system for Scotland's needs, are detailed and ambitious. Let's break down the four biggest ideas. First, slash the costs and scrap the surcharge. The Scottish government argues that the cost of a UK visa is a huge barrier. We're talking application fees that can run into thousands of pounds, plus the mandatory immigration health surcharge, or IHS. Currently, the IHS is £1,035 per person, per year for most applicants, and a discounted £776 for students. If you're on a 5U visa, that's over £5,000, paid upfront, just for healthcare access. Scotland's proposal? Lower the visa fees to a fair level and, for migrants in Scotland, scrap the IHS entirely. Their argument is that migrants already pay for the NHS through the same taxes everyone else does, so the IHS is a fundamentally unfair double charge. Second, bring back the families. This is a big one. The UK government stopped new health and care workers from bringing their partners and children, starting in March 2024. Scotland says this is devastating for recruitment and retention in a critical sector and wants to restore dependent visas for care workers in Scotland. They are making the same case for international students. As of January 2024, only students on specific postgraduate research courses, like PhDs, can bring their families. The Scottish government is asking for this ban to be reconsidered for students at Scottish institutions, arguing that welcoming families encourages long-term settlement and community integration. Of course, this raises huge questions. How would you manage a system where a care worker in Dumfries can bring their family, but one just across the border in Carlisle cannot? It's a logistical puzzle, but one Scotland is willing to tackle. Third, a new Scottish graduate visa. Right now, international graduates can apply for the graduate route visa, which allows them to work in the UK for 2 years or 3 for PhDs, without sponsorship. The challenge is that at the end of those 2 years, they need to find a sponsored job that meets a high salary threshold, which can be difficult for a recent graduate. Scotland's solution is the proposed Scottish graduate visa. This would be an additional 2-year visa that a graduate could apply for after their initial UK graduate visa expires. To be eligible, You would need to have graduated from a Scottish institution and intend to live and work in Scotland. This would give graduates a total of 4 to 5 years post-study to gain experience, build a career, and meet the requirements to settle in Scotland permanently, boosting retention of talent. This is the centerpiece of their vision. The Scottish government is proposing the creation of a brand new Scottish visa that would operate as an additional route within the UK's immigration system. The key features are groundbreaking. There would be no employer sponsorship requirement, removing a massive layer of cost and bureaucracy for businesses. There would be no salary threshold associated with the visa itself. It would have a clear, built-in pathway to permanent settlement or indefinite leave to remain in the UK. The main condition? You'd have to live in Scotland, which would likely be linked to having a Scottish tax code. This visa is designed to give the Scottish government direct flexibility to attract the people it needs to fill jobs, start businesses, and build communities. Now for the reality check. Can the Scottish government actually do any of this? The short answer is, not on its own. Immigration is a reserved matter, which means the UK Parliament in Westminster has the final say. The Scottish Parliament cannot create its own immigration laws. These are, for now, proposals made to the UK Home Office. And the political reality is that the UK government's stated goal of reducing net migration is in direct conflict with Scotland's goal of increasing it. The UK government has so far not accepted these proposals, leading to frustration in the Scottish Parliament. There is a private member's bill in the UK Parliament that calls for devolving immigration powers to Scotland, but such bills rarely become law without government support. So, we are at a political crossroads. On one side, a national government trying to implement a single, controlled immigration policy. On the other, a devolved government arguing passionately that it needs a different system to survive and thrive. What we're seeing is a fundamental disagreement about the purpose of migration. Is it a number to be controlled, or a vital resource for demographic and economic growth? Scotland has laid its cards on the table with a bold, welcoming vision. 13. It wants lower fees, more rights for families, and new, flexible visa routes to attract and retain talent. Whether these proposals ever see the light of day depends on a political negotiation between Edinburgh and London. But one thing is clear. The conversation about what a UK immigration system should look like is far from over. What do you think about these proposals? Could a two-track immigration system work within one country? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.